Exactly, but the leak, it has been leaked by the Indian Express, the same newspaper that talked about the coup in April, only 5 days after that sharing of the dais. That timing.
So your focus is no, but why are you focusing? Why is your focus not on the contents of the report but on the leak? Why are you not talking about, say, if the charges and only on the leak?
A very relevant question, but I don't want to take too much TV time because this is a very sensitive issue. I just want to make two times. I'll answer your question immediately. I am not focusing on the contents of the report because nobody has confirmed the contents of the report as yet. Everybody has confirmed, and they should not have done it. The Ministry of Defence should not even have confirmed the existence of such a report. The very confirmation of the existence of such a report
what are you alleging?
The Ministry of Defence shows that it is hand in glove in the leakage to the Indian
Respond,
Express.
Mr. Surjewala, respond.
Point number one.
Mr. Surjewala, to respond to that, Mr. Surjewala, the charge there of Mr. Jethmalani, the charge there of Mr. Jethmalani is about the timing of the report. He's indirectly alleging that the Defence Minister has a hand. Are you saying, Mr. Jethmalani, then you say it directly, are you alleging that A.K. Antony has a hand in the leaking of the report? Is that what you're suggesting? Then I equally ask you what proof you have to make such a charge.
Let me go further so that then Mr. Surjewala can answer. Because Mr. Surjewala has made a point that the Ministry of Defence has said that this is a matter which impinges on national security. Now, if this is a matter which impinges on national security, the first question which a prudent defence minister should address his mind to is, how did it come in the public domain? This report, if it impinges on national security, as it undoubtedly does, being a Ministry of, being a BOO report, this is a highly classified, top secret document. Whoever has leaked this, and including the recipient of this document, is
now Mr. Surjewala is trying to respond to the two generals to whom I have not come to so far, General Rameshwar Roy and General Kadyan. My apologies, gentlemen, I'm coming to you in the next 1 minute. Yes, I just like to give the Congress an equal opportunity to respond because the charges tonight on the news are becoming hotter and more direct. Yes, go ahead, Mr. Surjewala. Timing of the report.
Anab, it's completely unfair on part of Mr. Jethmalani to suggest political motives on part of the Defence Minister, and I want to remind him and your viewers also, Anab, that here was an investigation that is supposedly conducted by the Indian Army itself. I'm saying supposedly because I do not know what the contents of the report are, and that has been put up to the Defence Ministry. And the Defence Minister has said only this much. If he didn't issue a statement, Mr. Jethmalani and his party will say, oh, they are going gung-ho, they are completely quiet. Now that the Defence Minister has said, it's a matter that concerns national security. Something has come to us, we are examining. We are completely well equipped to take care of any mischief. Please wait. Have faith in the defense. Have faith in the Defence Minister of the country to do the right thing. Why are we jumping to conclusion or leveling
my question, Mr. Jethmalani, I'll come back to you now. I'd like to go back. I'd like to go to General Rameshwar Roy, former DG of the Assam Rifles, who's live with us from Delhi. What I find very interesting is the manner in which this case has been left hanging, because this newspaper report, General, quotes a PMO official as saying that none of the testimonies will stand judicial scrutiny. Now, I would like to just logically ask that if that is the case, and that means it's a pretty dead end of the inquiry. Why did the government not close the inquiry? Why was it left hanging with uncertainty? Has it got something to do with the anti-government positions which General B.K. Singh has been taking?
Now, let me firstly correct the perceptions which I've been hearing for the last couple of minutes. This particular report has been prepared by a board of officers. It is not a court of inquiry. It is not a kind of an investigation that is formally done in army terms. It actually has no legal validity. All the facts, all the things which have been brought out by various people in this, tomorrow they all can turn around to say they didn't say this.
So is it a witch hunt?
Number one. Basically, the report is talking of only two issues. The first issue is the raising of a technical support division. If such a division was required, then it should have been raised before. And if such a division was required, it should have existed even after the present incumbent, the previous incumbent, had left the chair. The particular division, that is the technical support division, existed only for that specific duration. And therefore, what was the strategic compulsion to raise such a division only for that specific period? Second issue it talks of is the undue expenditure, which is rather on the higher side from the MI funds. Now, these are the two basic
So
issues.
what is no? This
rest
is
of the things
General Roy.
in the report are
General
only the
Roy.
conclusions drawn by the people.
General Roy, you're an army man and I'm not, right? But I just want to ask a very simple question here. You know, this is a TSD activity, which by nature, I mean, Maruf knows better about the army, but it's supposed to be covert. I mean, you're not going to publish records saying, for example, if you've carried out some activity which helps you catch a Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorist who is a potential threat, you know, and part of your counterinsurgency operations and all, you don't expect the army to leave an open trail, right? I mean, to write it out and then send memos of it to some babu sitting in the defense ministry in Delhi and say that, you know, I spend the money this way and that way. So my question to you is, does that not provide, maybe the army chief Maruf, I just want your counter view, maybe the army chief felt the need for this kind of a, you know, a counterintelligence, technical intelligence apparatus to help him in Jammu and Kashmir. It is very well known that General V.K. Singh's position on Jammu and Kashmir was a very aggressive position, which many in the government were uncomfortable with. Maruf.
Well, Arnab, you see, the
no,
controversy has risen around the fact that this equipment, which with the equipment that people are pointing fingers at, which the TSD bought, was bought ostensibly for 15 crore, which operates out of the valley, but was apparently seen to be used in Delhi. But the bigger question is, and please try and find out, and I know for sure because the person concerned who has raised a secret observation against this has informed me that this equipment was bought before General V.K. Singh's time. It was bought by somebody who was in the news in the past. It is equipment that was bought in 2 slots of less than 10 crores each, because the sanctioning power beyond 10 crore goes to the NSA. Also, I want to bring out, now we are going, the debate is getting hotter. Let me also tell you that this report emerges from the fact that certain correspondents met certain senior people in South Block who are mentioned in the report. And therefore, the thing is the timing of the report, and more importantly, as General Roy has brought out, that if the investigation was to carry some merit, why wasn't it done under an oath, under a court of inquiry? Why was all this cobbled together? Let it lie, and files being tossed around in the MOD for the last 6 months, and then everything suddenly emerges in the public domain around the time V.K. Singh shares the dais with Mr. Modi. It is too much of a coincidence, and quite frankly, let me also tell you, there are some observers outside this debate who have said that military men should not dabble in politics, but history has shown some of the best presidents the Americans and the French have been former military officers. So please do not completely rule out that domain for military men. If they want to go in there, it's their business. You cannot deny somebody the right to get into electoral politics. But equally, I think all this clearly points that the government is on the back foot. The government's on the back foot, and it's trying to pull out a rabbit from the hat to try and divert attention from the news that you raised yesterday and deflect
on
it
the
onto
secret
something
nuclear deal.
today.
Yes, that's what many people are commenting on, the secret nuclear deal, which an official of the PMO said to me yesterday that I was getting ahead of myself by publishing and broadcasting the news about the secret nuclear deal. I said that official said that at 8:15 p.m. yesterday. I've just been kind and not named the official in question. My next question, therefore, is to complete the first round to General Qadiyar. Lieutenant General Qadiyar, do you believe all this could be counterproductive eventually? And, you know, instead of putting specious charges out and corroborating them and kite flying by saying we'll investigate it, which has principally been the response of the government, should the government have come out and actually taken a more principled position and said there are no facts on the basis of which any action can be taken in this case? There are no facts, there isn't enough proof. Should that have been the kind of response from the government instead?
Arnab, first of all, I am coming rather late. Let me clarify that as a former army man, today I am very disturbed. When I read the newspaper, the most disturbing aspect of the allegations, so far they are only allegation, is the fact that the army is trying to topple a duly elected government. I find it totally unbelievable, but this hurts. It is not a question of General V.K. Singh alone. It hurts the very foundation of the Indian Army, the apolitical foundation that we've had all along. If there is even an iota of truth in this allegation, then we are no different from the army of our neighboring country. That is exactly.
But where's the proof? Is it not important about where's the proof? Where's the proof?
To clear the air, there is an urgent requirement to have the matter thoroughly probed. and let the truth come out, let the corpses be cleared. A common citizen today otherwise will get the impression by the print
Well, I
media
agree with you
that army actually indulges in this kind of activities. It is totally far from the truth,
No, but-
as far as I know.
No, but 1 second. General
So,
Qadian.
I'm sure the army will want an investigation. General V.K. Singh will want an investigation. Even General V.K. Singh will be happy to have his name cleared of this serious allegation.
Well, I am absolutely sure that he will. But,
So
but one second, General Qadian, there'll be, you see, 1 second. Absolutely, I believe. General Bakshi, just coming to you. I know General Bakshi wants to respond. I say, let it be probed and investigated, right? But I find it rather strange that before it is probed, investigated, proven, and also while 6 months after this report, when there has been no action on the basis of the report, when a PMO official says there is no basis on the basis of which we can actually proceed in any way, there is no evidence, it does not really amount to something on which we can act. In that circumstance, for those in government and in political parties to be kite flying says, is it possible that we are like the Pakistan army? I think also damages the morale of the army, because in the absence of information, in the absence of evidence, to be just putting stuff out. I am asking you today, where is the concrete evidence that 1 crore rupees was being paid to the minister to bring down the Jammu and Kashmir government? Right? And don't you find it strange that the person who allegedly took the money is still a minister? The person who allegedly took the money to be part of what I can only call a state-level coup being done by the Indian army is still a minister in Jammu and Kashmir, and Mustafa Kamal has no problem with that? That the only enemy today is V.K. Singh, because V.K. Singh was on stage with Modi. That's why the BJP says it's happening, because V.K. Singh was on the stage with Modi. General Bakshi wanted to counter you. General Bakshi.
You know, Arnab, the Indian Army in the last 2 years has been the victim of a war of innuendos. The first set of innuendos that it is plotting a coup. For God's sake, that's a very serious thing. If you felt that tanks were being marched onto Delhi, why haven't you taken action so far? Because there was no such plausible explanation even. And then you come up with the second, this bloomer. And the second bloomer is, no, we are not doing a coup at the national level. The Indian army is now stooped to doing coups at the level of the J&K state. I mean, this is ridiculous. You have a board of officers whose findings are not binding in a legal manner. The people, anybody can resile from that statement. Those who have put this statement out have added the caveats that everybody can resile from
Mr. Surjewala, respond. I'll come to you, Mr. Jethmalani. I also want to come in, but I want to go to Mr. Surjewala. So, are you looking at the consequences of kite flying, Mr. Surjewala, today? And Mustafa Kamal, I'll come to you. You raise your hand out there, but I'd like both of you to respond to the general.
Arnab, I think to put words like kite flying is disregarding the whole majesty of the Indian army. The issue here is rather simple, and I want to tell Journal with all humility at my command. There are some allegations that have been based on an alleged investigation by the Indian army, the government or any political party, BJP, Congress, anybody. We've done nothing. There is a report by the Indian army submitted to the Defence Ministry. The Defence Ministry is examining the issue.
No, let him complete, General Bakshi.
Why are we jumping the gun, Arnab?
No, let him, he's got a point.
And just
he's
one
got
line.
A point, let him complete.
And one more line. We cannot hide behind the cloak of politics and say, oh, I appeared with so-and-so, that's why I have complete immunity of even examination. No.
1 second. No, let Jethmalani will respond.
V.K. Singh.
No, Jethmalani will respond.
General V.K. Singh, we respect Indian Army, and here is a matter that is, Army has submitted a report and is being examined.
Mr. Jethmalani will respond.
We should not jump the gun. We should not prejudge the issue, Arnab. We should wait and have faith in the Defence Minister. And I want to remind Mr. Jethmalani only one line,
Go
Arnab.
ahead.
I just want to remind Mr. Jethmalani that in strategic issues, we have to rise above political, narrow, parochial considerations and support support the governments as a whole. And I want to remind him, when
Yes,
Pakistan
let him
attacked
complete.
India,